Hello Year 10, today we are going to be designing and making our own African mask design. Here is an example of an African mask which I have created for you all to see. So as you can see, I've used a range of geometric shapes and a range of different colours. So the materials which we are going to need is our oil pastels. So as you can see, I've used quite a range. A sharpener, a rubber, a sharpened pencil and a ruler. We also need some kitchen roll or a blank page just to stop any smudging around your drawing. So first off, you can begin by sketching the shape of your face. You can refer to your African art workbook for some ideas. Another idea which might be good is to also fold your page in half if you would like the shapes to reflect. So now I am just drawing a rough outline of the shape of my mask. I'm now just drawing my nose, and I am referring to a design within the African art booklet. And now I'm beginning to trace out the shape for my eyes. It may take a few tries just to get your eyes level. I find what works well is using a pencil or a ruler. As you can see, I'm drawing quite lightly. Now that I have completed my eyes and my mouth, I'm just going to move on to some more detailing. So I'm just adding in a couple of little shapes here at the top of the forehead. You are welcome to add in any shapes, any designs, any ideas that you may have. Remember the key characteristics of masks within the African culture. So your pattern, the shape and colours. As we've spoken about previously, masks comes in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Eyes wide shut and lines near the mouth represent tranquility. Masks with small eyes and mouth represent humility and humbleness. A bulging forehead represents wisdom. Masks that have exaggerated long faces and broad foreheads symbolise power. I'm now drawing out some patterns and designs within my design. I'm now drawing up some patterns within my design. Pattern is a powerful and expressive element in African mask design. Most patterns tend to be geometrical and symmetrical. Parallel, zigzag, curved and spiral lines are used to show different importance or religious magical powers. Also, different geometric patterns are sometimes used to distinguish between male and female masks. So now that I'm happy with my design, I'm just going to move on to working with oil pastel. And I'm beginning with some earthy natural colours. As in African masks, we see a lot of natural earthy colours such as browns, blacks, dark reds, yellows and oranges. Additionally, we also see a range of bolder colours which are bright, ceremonial, and would be blues, greens, yellows, reds and white hues. So next I am going to colour in another area, so I am just using my kitchen roll. In kitchen roll, or if newspaper, whatever you have at hand, also a blank sheet of paper works quite well, because if you were to lean on the area which you have just coloured in, which for myself is the brown, then the oil pastel will transfer onto your hand and then transfer onto your work. Oil pastel is quite a messy medium to work with, and although regardless of using your kitchen roll or a sheet of paper, you are going to get some transfer and some marks within your page or outside of the page, but they can be easily rubbed out. I'm now just starting to colour in the forehead area of my mask design, and I'm going for a really warm orange tone. Next I'm going to move on to my eyes. So I'm just going to fill them in completely black. And again, remember to use your kitchen roll to stop any unnecessary smudging. So here I'm just using a rubber to take away some little light marks just so I don't spread them any further. I'm now going to take my green oil pastel and I'm going to colour in the detailing in the forehead. And I'm just going to add another shade of green now to complete the forehead decoration. Next I'm going to move on to adding a nice bright purple to this section of my mask design. I feel like the purple will really add a nice pop of colour as well, alongside the earthy orange and the brown tones. Now that is the top half of my mask design complete. So again, I'm just rubbing out some little small areas where the oil pastel has transferred, just to stop it rubbing and spreading it along my page. The next colour I have chosen for the cheek area of my mask design is a bright yellow. I feel like the yellow adds a nice bright pop of colour to the design. I feel like the bold yellow tone really lifts this piece. I'm going to bring in a little bit more purple now for my nose. And again, I'm just going to lightly trace around it before filling in. I wasn't happy with this forest green, so I'm just going over it again with another green oil pastel. I'm now just filling in my brown design on my mask to complete. So as you can see, I started the design at the very top of the mask and I'm continuing it down to the bottom of the mask. As you can see, I have chosen to have a small mouth and a small eyes within my mask, and this can symbolise humbleness within African culture. Just using a very bold magenta red to fill in my mouth, which I've also done in a circular shape similar to the eyes. For the chin area, I'm going to add in some of this green. I wanted to add in a little bit more green to the bottom of my mask, as I have also used it within the forehead area of my mask. You could leave your mask like so, or if you wish, you can also add some further designs. So I'm just going to add some little designs to my cheeks, as I think that area within the mask is quite bare. I've also decided to draw around the nose as well. You can leave your mask design like this if you wish, or you can also go around the outline and some of your detailing with a black oil pastel. In my example, I left it as it is, but for this example, for the purpose of the demonstration, I'm going to draw around my designs in black to highlight them and enhance them. This part does take a little bit of concentration. And can be quite fiddly to do so as well, just as you're already drawing over something that you have drawn in oil pastel on originally. So sometimes you really have to lean quite heavily to get your oil pastel to come through. I have decided to highlight all my features within my mask design, but if you wish you could highlight just one, two or a few. I'm just completing adding some detail with the black oil pastel around some of my designs. As you can see, the designs are really starting to pop and it gives a different element as well. I've also decided to add some eyelashes just to make my eyes a little bit more interesting, as I just did them circular. For a finishing touch, I'm just drawing around my design with the black oil pastel. I've decided to add a couple of extra little touches as well, just to the top area of my forehead, which I thought was a little bit bland. And I'm using the same magenta red which I used for the mouth, just to tie it all together. And also some of the brown oil pastel also. Continuing with the rich earthy tones in a contrast to the bright bold colours. So I'm just going to take my rubber now, and any little areas where there has been some transfer from the oil pastel, I'm just going to gently rub it out to try and get most of the marks away. Or alternatively, you could also use a pair of scissors as well to cut out your design and stick it onto another page. So this is my finished African art mask. And here is it alongside another African mask which I've created previously.